Hi there. In this video, we're going to show you how to deploy one of Orchestra's hybrid agents on your compute infrastructure, specifically AWS ECS. So here's an example main.tf that we have in one of our repositories for you to look at as an example. And here's the module in particular. You'll see some values you need to replace, such as the region where the resource will be deployed, the Orchestra account ID, which you can find in your account settings, and then the integrations that you actually want to run this compute cluster for. You'll also see some outputs here, which we will need later on for when we're connecting with Orchestra. So this is an example of a file, and let's go ahead and actually deploy this in Terraform now. So we'll just confirm that we're logged into AWS successfully, which we are. So the first thing we need to do is run the Terraform initialization command, and then we'll go and just confirm that all the resources are going to be created as expected, which it looks like they are. 19 resources to add with some security groups and subnets that we've already in place. So then the final step is to actually apply these resources. And this will go and again show you the plan. And if you're happy, you can type in yes, and it will start actually creating those resources in AWS. It's just as easy to get rid of them as well. Just type in Terraform destroy, and that will remove the resources created. Whilst that's going ahead and creating them, I can go into AWS and I can, for example, look at ECS and see that, yep, it has created the cluster as expected and some of the other resources as well. So at this point, I can go back to Orchestra. And if I want to run this custom compute pipeline with my resources, I can go ahead and do that. But first, I'm going to head to the compute resources section where I can register and manage the compute resources. What we require is the cluster ARN that is generated, some security group IDs, and then some subnet IDs as well for the networking of the task. These subnet IDs can be private or public, depending on how you want it configured. So I'm going to now just go ahead and copy the cluster ARN into here. I'm just going to add an example security group for now. And when you click create, Orchestra goes and validates this configuration to make sure we can connect correctly and that we are able to run tasks. As you can see, those validation steps have now passed, and this compute cluster is now linked into Orchestra. So I can go back to this pipeline and I can edit it, and there are any tasks which support the ability to run on your custom compute. If you scroll to the bottom of the optional parameters section, you'll see this compute resource section, and then I can now choose my compute cluster. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for both my Python and dbt-core task. I'm going to save and publish it, and you can see in the YAML file how that has come through as a compute resource ID, so you can manually add this into your YAML if you would prefer. I can save that, and I can run it. And then how this runs is Orchestra manages the control plane and the orchestration of these tasks, but the code itself and the data stays within your environment and runs on your compute.